Hi, everybody. Suzy Wu here. Nice to see you guys again. So I'm back on here to provide a little bit of an energy update and provide some insights. Whatever comes through, that's what we're going to go with. And where are we? This is October 23rd. So holy cow, like where did September even go? It was just like whoosh, everything went by in a flash. Hmm. I'm smelling somebody's cologne. It smells really good. I'm not sure what that is. It's clearly not physically here. Anyway, um, really interesting. Really good. Nice smelling too. Okay, let's get on with it. We have just stepped into Scorpio season. Excuse me. At the same time, Mercury and Mars are also in Scorpio. And so Mars is sometimes anger and pressure and, well, it's the god of war, right? Uh, but it's also our ambition. And then Mercury is the messenger. Mercury is the planet of communication. And so you put them together, and it could be a war of words or somebody being very short and overpowering or impatient or intolerant. But both of those in the sign of Scorpio is kind of seething. It makes it kind of go underground and deep and festering. Well, because Mars is involved, that could just be the straw that broke the camel's back. And there could be deeply seated matters that something just is the one thing that says, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not taking this anymore. I'm not going to hear you cry about this anymore. Or, oh gosh, there's so many ways that that could go. But it could also be emotions going off the rails, because Scorpio is a water sign and water is emotions, but it's also spiritual. For everybody, this is definitely more of a time of being able to have a really strong sense of perception. So you are feeling, your all of your extra senses, whatever your strong psychic ability naturally is enhanced. And then some of the other ones are starting to come online too. In other words, more people are getting more and more telepathic, more and more intuitive, more and more of those psychic hits, and they're correct. It's a great thing because it helps you not exactly just know thyself, but it helps you to know what way to turn, who to trust, what to do, where to go, when to not go. Um, what is that Kenny Rogers song? Know when to show them, know when to hold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run, right? There. What is the next line? Nobody counts their money when they're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Yeah, there it is. That sums it up pretty nicely about Mercury with Mars in the sign of Scorpio. So Scorpio is a water sign. It's very, very private. But Scorpio is also enormous wealth. And when it is both of those together are having, and also the sun is in Scorpio. So we've got the sun, Mercury, Mars, all in Scorpio, okay, underground, telepathic. But at the negative side, it could make people very suspect or suspicious. Like Scorpio don't trust anybody anyway. And if you're not a Scorpio, the sun, Mercury, and Mars in the sign of Scorpio is somewhere in your chart. And so that area of your chart, there's some suspicions about some stuff going on. If it's in your seventh house, there might be some certain considerations either about a partner or a client or anybody that you would have a contract with, because that is what seventh house rules over. Excuse me. And if you are a Scorpio, then this is a good time because I kind of feel like I knew the other shoe was going to drop. They're going to get theirs. Ooh, wah. So it's not necessarily vengeful, but it is karmic. It's very karmic. And that lump, those three things in water in Scorpio, that's depth. Okay, still waters run deep, are talking to Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, and that can bring up family secrets. This is when you find out your daddy's not really your daddy, or you've got this sudden sibling, or this add water, and here's this other family you didn't know existed, and now they're at your uncle's funeral saying, "Where's mine? Where's mine?" These are the kind of things that may be happening in some of our lives. It's a very fascinating, very interesting time. Absolutely, yeah. Okay, now that conglomeration is going to be there at least for the next couple of weeks. Okay. Now, the other thing that I absolutely can't ignore is this whole comet thing going on. All right. Now, the 3i is not a standard comet. There's also the Swan comet and the Lemmon comet. Now, all this comet activity is not average, is not standard. Okay. It's no mistake we are in unique times. I'm getting the word deal breaker. There are things that are, well, actually, I should ignore that deal breaker. That's going to have some significance somewhere. But the energy of these comets. So what I'm seeing is that two, now I don't mean that it's literally this color, but I'm getting two are like this brilliant, like it's not a lime green, but it's like an electric, like a neon light green. And that a third one is more yellow, but it's a translucent yellow, and it is reminding me of the yellow version. Oh gosh, what is that crystal? Spodumene. So the green version is Hittite, which I absolutely love. This is a very powerful crystal, and maybe you feel it. Okay, so so that's that one. The pink version is kunzite, which is also one of my favorites, and I've got it everywhere. Well, when it's yellow, it's called something else, and I can't quite pull the name. Okay, here's kunzite, and here's hittite. All right, these are extremely high vibrational crystals. I love them so much. Okay, also the color, the green color that you see with the aurora borealis. Good natured. Okay, I get a lot of like insane joy. And I have to bring it up this way because it's the only reference point that I have. When I was a teen, I did a lot of acid, LSD, and when you drop a hit of acid and your pupils get really big and it's just you're just kind of like this. And it's this like anticipation and like giggly and stuff. That is what I feel with with the big, okay, I'm not sure what the big one is. I think the big one is the 3i Atlas. And this is just kind of like channeling through, all right? This is not coming from my logic. Um, yeah. All right. And I'm getting a lot of laughter, but also freedom. And I kind of feel like it's a severance of cords. Now, those cords could also be, they're saying tactile and like this sticky web that is now dead energy. And so it's kind of like this lightsaber energy breaking that. which is going to break mental conditioning for a society. All right. And then we have golden energy, which is now not this one anymore, but it looks like an immediate, so it's like a domino effect. Okay, it has to do with breaking the spell. Leading people further and further away from themselves is what the spell was. And that the big one, so that's going to be the Atlas, the 3-eye Atlas, is severing. And then the yellow, oh, lemon, is that the other one? Is that what I said? I don't know now. The yellow one that they're showing me is yellow, is aftermath. And so that one blankets for those who are ready. Okay, so it's not going to do anything for the blind. And what that means is people who are not in an awakened state. And what does an awakened state mean? It means that not only question the narrative, which might be the obvious response, but it has to do with there's more than just this meat suit. It is not just ashes to ashes and dust to dust. There's more. All right. This is not your first incarnation, and it's not going to be your last. You've had lifetimes before Earth even existed. Okay. And so awakening is the will or the desire to explore and expand beyond the physical realm and the physical five senses. It is engaging with the spiritual capacity component and engage with it. And then they're saying like rocket fuel. The energy that's coming through these carries signals that skim the terrain, that for those with awakened eyes, it's what it will receive the benefits. It'll feel like a coming home. It'll feel like a safe and happy landing. And that in no way is it an ending, but it is a blending, a merging, and a purging of what we're calling timelines based on what they're saying is a timeline theory. In the aftermath, we will see results in our electrolytes, and that's the yellow, which I believe is was it lemon? I forget now, because I'm not in my logical mind. It's just coming through. But it feels like I'm able to, if I drink water, it actually hydrates. There's saturation. There is no longer avoidance or shock or fear in there. It's kind of like when we're scared to death, like just somebody jumps out and we're like, ah! We kind of jump out of our skin. Well, we've been suspended like that, separated from ourselves for thousands of years. Now this whole, okay, there's also asteroids involved. But all of this stuff that's happening currently, it's not a rude awakening. It's a powerful enlightenment. Needs. And so it has to do with needs being met, and that there's not going to be any more sacrificing. And that sacrificing has to do with an agreement with extraterrestrials that had to do with the biddings of our own governments here on this planet here. And that they're tearing up the contract. So it's over, it's done. That means it's the end of that era, it's the end of that confiscation, of this like soul extraction or energetic depletion. So it's kind of like, ooh, yeah, we know what that is, don't we? Um, yeah, it's the end of that. Uh, what do you call that? Well, leech, like leech, needs a host to suck off of. That experiment, it was an experiment turned into an ongoing deal or agreement. It just kept on going. Like, here's more people, here's more people, here's more people. That's gonna resolve missing persons. Oh my God. Because what they're presenting is people, they're just walking and then they're gone. So it's like there's a cosmic slit in the fabric and they walk through it and they're gone, never to be seen again. And it has to do with like loosh, life force extraction. Um, that's done. That's done. So this is okay, golden era, but on a new level, new heights, new freedom, the ability to seek will now be rewarded with far greater than what you have asked for yourselves. It is a rejoice. And I'm receiving also, this is the first time, Martian energy. So the energy of Mars having been recalibrated and no longer hijacked. Put your head on straight for what you are seeking is right in front of you. Okay, now that has to do with stuff in plain sight that we have dismissed. Theory. That's going to be the conspiracy theory people, which I'm one of. Because now those things are proving true, and now this is some kind of a meteor shower, um, meteorites that are coming in to say yes, and it's the end of the struggle, and that the struggle has to do with being attached to a poor energy source, not our main central sun or the grand central sun. We've been under this false light, and it feels like a misty orange. And so it's like bad lighting. And when there's bad lighting, it causes eye strain. And so it's caused weakness in the body, lost guidance. So that means feeling disconnected, which a lot of people do. And that creates a lot of false struggles. There's a freedom and joy for those who seek it, and then those who have their arms wide open to receive it. How exciting! This is wonderful. Glory and celebration, freedom to seek. So this strongly has to do with being able to pose questions and not getting redacted or like shadow banned. In fact, not my business Facebook page, but my page, which is a public page, suddenly went in views and followers and exposure, like insane. And a lot of the people that I work with or follow or connect with, I've noticed that I'm seeing a lot more of their posts. So it is the end of a spell, if you will. It is the end. Okay, they're saying a false era. And I really feel that has to do with illusion and like, soot in the air, throwing off the signal, giving us headaches, weariness, um, the struggle and then easier to control and the compromised immune system. So many things. So many things. What a gosh darn exciting time to be alive, I'll say. Wow. Let's see if there's anything else. No, that's it. So we are good value. Okay, so the value. So this has to do value, freedom, light force, and life force. You really want to plug in. Plug in. Okay, so we're going to do a real short and sweet little guided meditation here for you so that you can really feel this palpably. I'm going to pick up some of these super high vibration crystals. It's the green and the pink, hittite and kunzite. I'm wearing green apophyllite. That's definitely some high heart, big stuff going on here. Okay, and I'm going to invite you. A whole channeling episode is coming through. I don't know if I should be producing that right now. We're going to do this guided meditation. Okay, it has to do with serene awareness. You're going to bring your awareness down into your heart. And just like, excuse me, parking a car in a garage, you're going to bring your awareness down into your heart and turn off the car. You're just going to sit there, breathing in and out of your heart, and even imagining yourself stretching out in there. Because you really need to feel safe and that it's okay to simply just breathe. All right, we are going to be getting 3 different frequencies today. Okay, the first one is very similar to if you ever see the Northern Lights, it is a magenta all the way to a pink. This cosmic alignment is now coming very near and around the outside of your physical body. And make sure that you are breathing. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people accidentally hold their breath. You've got to make sure you are breathing. If you can, allow each breath to be a little slower and a little deeper than the one before it. And here comes this. Okay, this has to do with solitude. Oh, and this will provide for you to have that higher connection. Okay, so it is knowing that even though you are an individual, unique, energetic blueprint, you are also part of the macrocosm. You are part of the whole. And what you do does have a strong impact. It creates ripples. And that you don't need to worry about everything that went wrong in your childhood anymore. Let it go. It's like having on weights on your hips. And that you're trying to walk, like buckets of paint attached at your hips, and it's very inconvenient. It's your struggles. So this is emotional baggage. And all you need to do is say, yes, I agree to release my emotional baggage. Be breathing. I agree to release my emotional baggage. And the next one is going to be with your heart and your high heart energy centers. And this is the translucent green energy of hittite. So that first energy was around, well, for me, it's the left shoulder. A lot of times it's mirrored, and I don't know if that would be your right. You'll have to let me know. Okay, now this green one, it's a multidimensional energy coming through from in front of you towards you. This is a melding of timelines. And there's another one. So these are two coming at 45-degree angles above your heart and in the center of your body, in the front and back. And you're going to now breathe down into your stomach, please. Imagine that you're breathing in and out of your stomach while you're still parked in the car in your heart. You're just breathing the breath in and out of the stomach. Or you could say the diaphragm. You're not going to breathe in and out of your heart right now. You're going to breathe in and out of your stomach/diaphragm. Whatever is easier. No effort, okay? I agree to offload negative energy from my heart space. I agree to offload heavy negative energy from my heart space. I am choosing to no longer hold on to toxic energy of my past, especially ones that have produced what I conceive as failed results. And I invite in the white-green energy that is attempting to speak to me now, allowing these words to be your own, of course. And allow this kind, gentle nature. It's a soft but powerful energy that wishes to simply burn a hole through your struggles, kind of like a sheet of ice and a laser burning a hole right through it so that that ice can begin to thaw. And that's going to be you coming out of these mind controls, emotional controls, control dramas, stuff that we don't like, also including trapped in the past. And now imagine breathing in and out this beautiful, soft, very light green energy. And allow yourself to feel very, very light, timeless, weightless. And the third energy is a blue topaz frequency that's coming in over the front, just above and behind the shoulder. And to me, it's the right shoulder. I can't tell if I'm mirrored and it would be your left. Please do let me know in the comments. Okay, I do have one of my collective guidance, I don't know what to call it, teams here. It's one that's just labeled as David. I know that sounds so simple, but it is what it is. David goes with the blue topaz. Has to do with a ring. No, a ring has no beginning and no end. No, like a satellite. Signals that go out in orbital form, picked up oh my God. Okay, so what this is telling me, this is our thoughts, and like how all of our thoughts kind of go into this like Godhead or like a supercomputer. And then it goes through this, what do you call that? Translation. So I believe that there's like earbuds now that like can translate, a whole bunch of different languages. Well, they're showing me little beings that have been doing this and studying us, and oh, we are among you. So these are they're not stand-ins, but they're extraterrestrials among us. And if you know me at all, you would or follow any of my work, you wouldn't be surprised to talk like that. But these are shorter in stature, like in human people. And we could also say midgets. You refer to them as midgets, but they're not, we are all not as shrunk as midgets per se. Okay, so this is a race that is getting ready to come out of the ice. Oh, so that could be Iceland, it could be the ice caps, it could be just so many things. Coming out of the woodwork, coming out of the elemental, this is elemental energy, and then the higher active of elemental energy, including tree energy, were coming back for you. So they were withheld from us for a very, very, very long time. And almost like being held hostage, like a parent and child separated, mandatory, and being forced to be separate. So this beautiful, and I'm seeing blue rings, like planet rings. It's, I don't know that it's Neptune, but it's similar to Neptune, which has to do with the collective consciousness. Yeah, okay. And it is the true nature in you, and that you are being gently recalibrated. It has to do with knowing the self-worth and how much you already have contributed to society and way beyond just society, way beyond. It's also similar when you do a research experiment, when you participate in a research experiment and you get compensated. Well, we are about to be compensated. And it is through energetic wisdom, through remembrance, cosmic waves or ripples of insight that are helping you to remember who you are. And it is a time of rejoice. It is a time to dance and to celebrate in place right where you are. And that you are welcomed aboard ship freedom, friendship, and to cast doubts aside and to embrace this beautiful new world that is emerging. You yourself are going through your own private renaissance pyramid, not a pyramid, period. And what this bravery, what it has to do with is breaking out of the conditioning of the way everyone was trained to model one another, to go all through things in a clump, like going through grammar school, all watered down, not popping your head up. You're breaking free of this, and the result is not chaos. Those who hold on, who are grasping too tightly, those are the ones who will suffer not only chaos in their lives, but it may be expressed as particular manias or can't get the word. Off-centered thinking, off-centered thought. Manic episodes, chaos and disorder mentality, on the mental plane. Okay, so those of you who consider yourselves to be light workers, who truly do help others without an agenda and without the filters of your ego, We need you. You are the supporters, the broken people, meaning the chaotic ones, the ones that are trapped in fear, the ones that are, when the cage door opens, they're terrified to come out of that cage because they felt safe in the cage, imprisoned in their minds and in limited opportunities. When they come to you, do not turn your back. Extend a hand. Share your energy by enlightenment, not arrogance of entitlement. And you will both then be humbly recognized. And it helps you to elevate or ascend, for lack of better terms. It leads you to more knowledge. This intelligence which has been withheld from you and even stored is in an enormous capacity of what the big comet, so happy and so joy-filled, is delivering, bringing with its essence codes of remembrance. And the others are supporters as well, but each also very unique, powerfully their own. Very, very, very exciting times indeed. And on that note, I will conclude that. And so notice how your body is feeling, your physical body. And there's also spiritual sensations that are taking place. And it is a new rewiring and best friending of your corporal body, your all these other imprints, all of these other energy layers of energy bodies that you have. Like the outer core was broken, chiseled off, and then the underneath, the next layer, just love, 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 love. So instead of being defensive and afraid and distrusting, let's just let love in. And that's the pink energy, the kunzite energy. Or you can use rose quartz too. Just let love in, let love in. Oh my gosh, so exciting. All right, I got to hurry up and publish this because I'm way excited about it. And, I do channel, and I channel your guides too. So if you'd like to work with me, you can get an energy healing. I read energy easily. And what's the other thing? I'm still up here. I do medical intuition, and I can channel your guides for you. So if you really are stuck and you can't get out of your head, I can bring your guides to whatever it is that you need to know. But also I do very thorough astrology readings, and I could talk astrology all day and never get tired. And I do teach everything I know. So I do invite you to check out my website. It's Suzy, SUZY-WOO.com. Check out Learn With Me. I'm doing a very powerful 12-week self-mastery and healers course that starts November 6th. I have a handful of seats left if you want to be on live, or if you just want the recordings, you can save yourself a few $100s and just sign up to get the recordings, and I'll send those every night after the course. It's 2 hours once a week for 12 weeks. It'll be the best thing you could do for yourself. Anyway, all righty, I'm going to give you a great big hug. I love you dearly and truly. Very, very exciting. I will see you next time, and I'll try to not make you wait so long. All righty, my beautiful friends and family. I'll see you next time. I love you all. Bye for now.